the class. Thank everybody. I want to thank everybody for being here this evening on what is this, April 13th, 2022. This is going to be our Wine Wednesday, Wacky Wednesday. Things going on, but that's okay. We're all here to have fun. My name's Christina Barbeau. Those of you who do not know me, I'm a master system instructor here with Triple R 247. And I want to thank everybody again for being here. We always like to start off our Wednesdays with a toast. And did we ever decide?
Yeah,
go ahead,
Stacey,
you're doing good.
Stacey, you're it tonight because we're having a musical chairs game here.
Stacey,
Yeah, Stacey said
Chrissy
you got
would've
to
won
swallow a
that.
taco.
Okay. Well,
you don't have anything?
I've got it. I'm just only drinking tea tonight.
Oh, okay.
After I tried, putting a tailgate into my forehead yesterday at the airport.
Oh.
So, all right. I want to give a toast to all of those who are making the commitment now, whether they are a Grand Cru or not right now, they are planning on getting to Grand Cru to come have fun with us in Napa. Your commitment to this amazing opportunity is going to be well rewarded. I want to also give a toast to Sheila, our social media maven, who's going to really help us grow our businesses in the coming weeks of training. I want to toast Chrissy for hosting us this week, and the rest of the month. You're going to do amazing. Just relax. You got this, girlfriend. And of course, I want to toast every member that showed up here tonight, because you guys are all amazing and I believe in you. Cheers.
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 Thank you.
Cheers.
Good one.
That was perfect.
That was perfect. Well, we had some amazing cooks. We always have amazing cooks every week. We had a few hiccups, but that's okay. You just pivot. Always good to pivot and move forward. So Kim is going to be doing some shrimp scampi, I believe. And we've got Chris Babb, who's got an amazing dessert. It sounds really good. And then we have Peter, who stepped up and is going to do another amazing salad. We've got Sheila Matchett, who stepped up because we had somebody cancel, and that's okay. She had a family emergency. So Sheila's going to be doing pizza, correct? Yep, she's going to have some pizza going for us and some wings, pizza and wings. And and we're going to start with how about we start with Chris? We'll go with Chris and see what he's got going.
Yeah, let's go backwards this week.
All
Treat it
right.
like April 1st.
It's a wacky Wednesday.
That's right. We'll just do it backwards. So
We'll do it backwards. We're going to start with Chris.
I'm going to make an air fryer strawberry cheesecake chimichanga. So first of all, I've never made it before, so this will be a new experience. So you make it with 1 package of cream cheese, a 1/4 cup of sour cream, 1 tablespoon of sugar. Then you have a bowl that has a 1/4 cup of sugar and 1 tablespoon of cinnamon in it. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1/2 teaspoon of lemon zest. That was a new one for me. And you make it with 6 8-inch tortillas. So I've got those, and then you also mix in a 1 cup of sliced strawberries, and then you top it with strawberries. So that's what it's going to have on it. And I did realize I don't have any toothpicks, so I'm going to improvise, because that's what we do around here. We come up with solutions. So I'm going to figure it out, and you can move on to somebody else. I'm going to go ahead and mix.
Okay.
You mix up the cream cheese, sour cream, and the 1 tablespoon of sugar, and the vanilla extract, and the lemon zest, and then you fold in the strawberries. So I'll get all that done. We can come back. I'll put one together. Then I'll put it in the air fryer, and it only takes 6 minutes to cook. So
Okay, so simple and fast.
all
Okay.
right, yeah.
did you decide
Well-
what to pair it with tonight?
Yes, I'm doing the More Than Muse
Oh, I love that
Pinot
one.
Noir. And it is excellent even before I get my strawberries. So can't wait to try it with that.
That'll be great. Perfect. Okay, so then why don't we move on to Kim, you're still
Let me-
kind of prepared.
I can tell
Let me
you what I'm
step in.
doing anyway,
Okay,
at least so you'll know, and then I can be doing it.
all right. Go for it, Kim.
All right, we're making shrimp scampi with wine and garlic butter sauce. Okay, so it's not the classic shrimp scampi because we are adding the wine to it. Because I still have some of my Moonlight Sonata Chardonnay that I thought would go real well inside of this. And so I got this is with fresh shrimp. Now I also have some frozen shrimp that I found that was the pink shrimp, but we don't have time to do that tonight. So, but these are already, I want you to see, they had already deveined these, which is what a blessing that is, because, you know, you've usually got this big black thing on there. So whenever you're doing shrimp, you always want to, there's a lot of people here don't know how to peel shrimp. I'm sorry, but I'm going to show you anyway. When you're doing it, you grab these little feet and you pull it around and then it pulls up, and normally it would go all the way around. This one's already been cut. So you pull that off and around, and see right in the middle, you either take a shrimp tool or your fingernails, like I would do if it was me, and you pull this little black piece of yuck, and that's actually their little digestive system, because nobody wants to eat the innards, you know? So anyway, you take those off, and I'm going to do mine with the tail on. You leave just this much on the tail so that you can pick it up out of there and eat it and dip it or dunk it or whatever else you're going to do. And if I have time, I've got this beautiful French bread that I was going to make some wonderful rounds to dip into this garlic butter sauce. But I just wanted you to see how it ends up looking deveined and everything. And so it's all pretty, no black stuff on there. And when it's cooked, it'll be pink, obviously. And you can just dip it and you put it in your scampi bowl all together. So, and lots of butter and wine and garlic and, lemon zest and all that stuff too. So, and I'm going to, Peter, I don't know if I did right, but I had to decide because I haven't opened my other box of wine yet to have the Syrah again. But I am using the Tempranillo tonight.
Oh,
I think that would be a good one because it's just heavy enough that it will be able to stand up to, I think, the butter and the garlic, but a little bit lighter because it is seafood and the shrimp.
oh, wrong button.
Yeah, we may.
Well,
She's
you
having
give
some
me-
weather, so we may or may not lose her. So,
No,
oh, there you are.
wrong
So
button.
what do you think, Peter? Do you think that's a good choice to go with this, the Tempranillo?
Well, that's a very interesting choice. I probably would have thought more like a white, but it should work because it'll with the garlic and the butter, and that actually could work pretty well. This is going to be a fun one. We're going to try pivoting on everything tonight. So,
Well, I
It's a
told
good
you, I'm
night.
a red wino normally, so but the Tempranillo was a little bit lighter to me than the Syrah, right? So it's got a little bit
Yep.
lighter, and it's got a little bit more of a variance of flavors, a different type of flavor to it. So
Yeah.
I'm letting it aerate while I'm cooking and stuff, and I'm gonna have white wine in the shrimp. So we'll
Yeah.
just kind of see what happens. But I
Well,
didn't get a chance to call you and ask your opinion, so we're just winging
no,
it.
because I heard you had weather and I started running around and trying to put something together. So we're going to get a bonus dish tonight here.
All
That's
right.
right. That's okay. So
So-
Peter,
I'll
why don't
take
you
it
go
out.
ahead and tell us about your salad?
Well, I'm outside here because part of this is going to be on the grill. I'm doing a grilled romaine salad. So I have my head of romaine. I've trimmed off some of the looser outside leaves because those are just burned. Romaine is nice and hearty and it'll stand up to being on the grill, and that little bit of char, amazing as it sounds, tastes really good.
Wow.
So we take the romaine, we cut it in half like this, and you'll have to excuse me, I'm not as organized as I normally would be because, well, a little bit last minute here, but
Well, all my organizing time, I was cooped up in the hallway at the church, so I understand.
Yeah, so I'm taking some olive oil and I'm brushing it all over this to get it ready for the grill. I need a little more than that. You really want to get it nice and oiled. So I'm getting that ready and get it nice and oiled and get the oil down into all those crevices. And then I'm going to make a dressing for it. So let's see. So let me put that aside for now. I'm going to start making the dressing, and second time around, I'll grill it and we'll see how that works. But so this is a pretty standard vinaigrette. I get some mustard. My favorite way to measure the mustard is just stick the whisk in the bowl with the mustard and get it in my bowl. Then I got some cranberry pear vinegar, which I'm doing because I'm going to put some dried cranberries on the salad. And I whisk them together until they're nice and smooth. Then I start with the olive oil. Good, best olive oil, better olive oils. You want extra virgin for this because the taste is what you're getting. So, and you whisk it together and keep adding a little more until it gets nice and creamy and thick. And that's it. Remember I was saying no bottled salad dressing? This is why. That's all it takes to make a great salad dressing. So, a little more olive oil. And you get those cranberry and the pear flavors. There we go. There's your mustard. There's your cranberry pear dressing. So I'm going to go stick this on the grill now, and then we can go talk to Sheila a little.
Yeah, that looks amazing. I'm going to try
All
that.
right, so for me, as you know, I've been in Texas for the last 5 days or so, and came home, husband by himself, didn't do dishes, so my kitchen's a mess. I didn't clean it today. So we had pizza delivered. And as we are family, when things happen, we all step in, help best we can. So we are sharing my pizza. So one of the things that we want to highlight about our amazing wine club is that you don't always have to have home cooked meals. You don't have to have the right food, so to speak, to go with your wines to make an event. You can have pizza and wings delivered, which is what I did. So I got a meat lovers because I'm Southern. I like meat. I like lots and lots of bacon and sausage and pepperoni. And usually I have some green stuff on there, but today was not a green stuff day. Today was a meat day. So, and then I have, I like wings. So the place that I get my wings from, they know how I like them. So I like mine kind of naked. I don't like a whole lot of sauce on them. So I get oven roasted wings with garlic and chives and butter. Okay.
And black
So
pepper,
they're
right?
oven roasted.
Did you say something, Peter?
I think Sheila froze up there.
Oh, okay. Uh-oh.
Did I? Ah,
Boy,
She's
we're having
back.
a good night.
She's back.
am I back?
You back, Sheila, you
I'm
back.
back. So yeah, we still got some lingering storms, but you don't always have to be so elaborate with your meals to enjoy a fine wine. So, you know, with me, I always get with Mr. Peter whenever I'm pairing anything to see what it is. And we actually have 3 selections that we can pair with our pizza and wings. And I'm going to do my famous magic hat trick. One of the wines we have is the Grenache. Okay. And it's our Discoveries Grenache. It was a 2019, which Mr. Peter says would go very well with the pizza. We also have sparkling cider. That's what I drink, sparkling cider. This is our sparkling wine, our Hudson, which he says you can also use with the pizza and make it a better event, make it more romantic, you know, if you're in that type of mood. And then he said the ultimate wine, though, with this would be our Syrah.
Ooh, that's what I'm drinking.
So once we get a little bit more in detail, he's going to tell us why those 3 wines will pair excellent with a pizza meal.
Nice. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, you don't always have to have a gourmet meal to drink
Nope.
wine. Our wines go with everything, even potato chips,
That's
And
right,
then-
yeah.
chocolate. It's amazing. Yeah, I love this wine club. Let's see here. So we got Kim, we got Peter, Chris. How you doing over there? Still working?
No, I've got everything ready, I think. So I've got the air fryer preheating. So let me stop it for a second so it's not loud. I've already rolled up 5 of them. They are extremely easy. A whole lot easier than I had anticipated. Here, I'll show you. So you just take your tortilla and you put the mixture at the bottom. And then you fold the 2 sides in and you roll it up like a burrito. So extremely easy. The recipe said to spray it with a spray, but I would prefer to put butter on it just because that sounds a whole lot better than some spray. So
Right.
Butter, yeah.
I'm gonna roll this one up and get it ready so you can see how they look when you're finished with them. So just a little burrito there.
Oh,
So
there you go. Yeah.
they're not real large, which that's good because I don't need to eat a whole lot of sweets. But and then I put them on a paper plate so I can put the butter on them so I don't make a big mess. You know, that way you don't have a tremendous cleanup. Then I'll just put on the butter and stick it in the air fryer. If you want to go to somebody else, I'll be done in about 6 minutes.
Okay, great. All right, Peter, how you doing with your salad, your grilled salad?
I'm doing pretty good. The salad came off the grill. You can see it's nicely charred here. And now it's time to just dress it up and get it ready to go. So take some of that dressing and get it all over here. This is one
Mr.
that's
Peter, what kind of mustard did you use? I didn't hear that.
yeah, I used, I'll show you in just a second. I use a Dijon mustard. I like the brand. I don't know if it's pronounced Mealy. It's a French brand. Here you go. That's what I like to use for my, but flavored mustards are great too. That brings you a lot of flavor into your salad. And in this case, since I was using a flavored vinegar, I wanted to use a plain mustard. But I keep half a dozen vinegars and 5 or 6 mustards in there at all times. A little bit of salt on here because especially with the grilling, it brings out the bitterness. And whenever you have bitter, you don't want sweet, you want salt. Salt is what counteracts bitter. I'm going to take some dried cranberries. And since I did a cranberry dressing, it's going to go with it and sprinkle them all over it. I have some crispy tortilla strips to make it look good. And normally I'd put some cheese, but I took a peek and my cheese was kind of fuzzy and it wasn't supposed to be blue cheese. So we're leaving that off tonight. So there it is. That's a grilled romaine salad. Next time around, I'll taste it and talk about the wine pairing with it. So
Awesome.
Kim, how you doing?
Yeah.
Right now, I've got butter, 4 tablespoons of butter and 2 tablespoons of olive oil heating in the pan here. A nice big pan. You gotta have a nice big pan. And I've chopped up some fresh parsley, 1/4 cup of fresh parsley. And I've got my 1/4 cup of wine ready. Now, if you don't want to put the wine in the thing, if for some reason you can't drink the wine, you can use broth or whatever. But when you cook something, it does usually cook the alcohol out of it. So, you know, if you have an alcohol issue, it will cook it out of it. So you don't have to worry about that. It's also calling for some crushed red pepper flakes and 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. And I have a nice fresh lemon instead of using my normal squirt lemon juice. So I've got to wait till this butter gets done. And the thing is that I did learn in a little cooking thing that I did the other day online, you don't want to melt your butter. You want to let your butter melt the butter. You don't want to just put it on flaming hot heat because otherwise your butter will start to turn brown. So you see how I'm kind of swirling this around where the butter's starting to melt and everything? You let the butter melt the butter, and that way it doesn't end up turning the butter brown, because if you do that, you want that to be caramelizing if you're doing something that way. So give me a few more minutes and I'll be at a point that I'm going to put garlic in there. We're going to put, let's see, it says 4 to 5 large garlic cloves. I did get fresh garlic, but I'm running short on time tonight. So we're going to use this beautiful minced garlic that I love. And it's great to put in stuff when you don't have time. And let's see, what did it say? Put in there the minced garlic and something else. Oh, just the garlic. And you do that till fragrant. Then you put the shrimp in and season it with salt and pepper. So I'll be ready to do that here in a few minutes. I gotta peel these last few shrimp.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
You're on a roll.
Hey, Chrissy, before we go on next, why don't you tell everyone while we're here?
Of course. So we are all part of a wine discovery club. These are fine wines that you get from Napa and Sonoma Valley, and you get to choose to be a customer or be a member and make commissions. It's pretty incredible. There's great perks with both. We have the best wines, I think, in the world. And you have somebody else coming in, and we have reds, whites. You can choose. You get to start off with a mixture, so you get to taste a little bit of both, and then you can choose to have all reds, all whites. You can choose 4, 6, or 12. And as of course, you can always get back with the person who invited you, and they can give you a lot more information. You can also join our Monday nights where we have an opportunity call and learn more there as well. I'm sure Peter is going to tell us a lot more about the selections of wine that we have, and maybe some of the wines that we have this evening.
Yeah. So why don't let's go, Sheila, you and I were talking about your pizza and your wings and what to pair with it. And you showed everyone the wines. Let's talk a little more about the wines that we selected.
Okay.
So
I have the Grenache. That's my Southern twang. Y'all heard that, right?
no, you hired me.
Grenache.
No, we never know you were from the South.
The Syrah and the Hudson Sparkling.
The Hudson
Yeah.
is my favorite. It's my ultimate favorite.
So why would either of these work with a pizza night, and why is one better than the other?
Well, here's the thing. Pizza, much like any wine pairing, people sort of pick not necessarily the right thing to target what you're pairing with. It's not that it's pizza, it's what's on top of the pizza.
Right.
Sometimes you have white pizzas with like clams that you'd want to get with like our Chardonnay. But a lot of red pizzas, if you have a lot of veggie topping, you want a wine with a red wine that has some sort of green pepper notes. That would be like a Cabernet. That would be great with a wine or a pizza with some vegetables on it. And it'll do good with meat, but the vegetables, you want to get something that can handle it. But when you talk meat lovers, you're talking spicy meat. You're talking lots of pepper and spice and a lot going on. And that can overwhelm a more full-bodied wine. You want something acidic. You want something with spicy notes. And that's what a Syrah is. It has that full body, so it can go well with the tomatoes, but it has that acidity. It has that black pepper, that spice, and that's going to pick up all the flavors in the sausage, in the pepperoni, and also play well with the tomatoes. But now you think about that, spicy, the classic pairing with spicy is slightly sweet whites and bubbles. That's what our Hudson Brut is. That'll work incredibly nice with those sausage, with the pepperoni. It'll also be great with those chicken wings. If you had buffalo wings, it'd be even better. But again, the wings, the black pepper on your wings, the garlic, that'll go well with all these wines. The other one I said was a Grenache. Grenache is a little more medium bodied. It's not going to have that big oomph, but it is going to have that lightness, that acidity, that fruit, and it does have the same spicy notes like the Syrah, and that's why these two are often blended together. If you remember the GSM, the Costa Gara, it was a blend of Syrah and Grenache.
That was awesome.
Yes, yeah. So
Actually have one of those bottles left.
right.
Oh my God.
But Yeah, I think I have a couple of them too, but I'm kind of doling those ones out. Come by if you want some.
Okay.
So the veggie one, now which one did you say should, if I say I had a veggie pizza?
If you want to have a veggie pizza, the thing you think with a veggie pizza, I mean, onions, that'll be okay with anything, but green bell peppers is a very common thing on a pizza. And green bell peppers, what wine has green bell pepper notes? Cabernet. So that's where you go there. You just got to think of when you start describing these wines, when I read up these tasting notes, look at when you see the words in there, that's what you want to try to pair it with. So pizza's interesting. You can go red. I mean, this shows you where you can go a lot of different ways with it. There's not really a bad pairing. Anything, the wine that you're enjoying is the wine that goes with it. And that's what I'm doing tonight, because I was already sitting here drinking a glass of wine when Chrissy texted me and said, Kim's not going to be able to make it. I said, okay, I better find something to cook quick. So I'm pairing it with the wine I was already drinking. So that it shows you that's a perfectly valid approach. Whatever you're drinking is the best wine to have.
There you go.
So, but pizza takeout, why not enjoy it with wine? I want to do a night somehow here where we get 20 or 30 people, everybody being takeout and trying a glass of wine with it. So we're going to try the first version of that tonight. Thank you.
There you go. So
So
that's
let's see
where
how-
you go. Yeah, like we said, like Creasy was saying, you don't always have to have a gourmet meal, guys. You can get takeout pizza and wings, simple, quick, and have your wine ready to go and make an event out of any meal, whether it's from a fast food chain or straight from your kitchen. So there we go. Back to you, Creasy.
Yeah, so when you have really great wines that are super yummy, it doesn't matter what you have. They will make any meal, including chips, taste even better. Right?
And chips are great with bubbly.
With bubble. I love that, Hudson. It is my absolute favorite.
Chips and popcorn with bubbles are both anything buttery, salty. That's great with.
It makes great mimosas too.
It does too. Yep. Mimosas, or my favorite, a French 75. But
What's
What's
that?
that? What's
a French
that?
75 is sparkling wine with bitters and gin.
And gin.
Can I do it with vodka instead of gin?
I guess you could. Yeah.
Gin and I don't get along real well, but I can do vodka or tequila.
Funny.
Well, then I'll come up with a cocktail that works those in.
All right.
See, you learn something new every week. All right.
So so Kim, how you doing?
Well, I'm getting ready. I've got one more shrimp, and the garlic is almost fragrant. So my timing is just about perfect. So we're fixing to put them in, and I will show you just how quickly this goes. Normally, I would have these already peeled, but it really only takes about 10 minutes of total cook time to do this. And I'm talking counting all the butter and everything. It really does not take long to make this. And you can dress it up and make it really fancy by putting it in a little thing like I did the last time when I did those things I made.
Those chicken things.
The toasted
Chickadees.
raviolis. There we go. The little white thing, the little ramekin things. Hold on, I
Right.
gotta wash my hands. Can't handle it.
All right. Chris, how's your dessert coming, hun?
I just took it out. I just took one out of the air fryer, got it ready. Here, I'll show you what they look like in the air fryer. So they came out really nice and golden brown. And you just take one and then you put it in the sugar and cinnamon and kind of spin it around, coat it up good. And then you put your strawberries on top. So that's what the final looks like.
Oh my gosh, that looks amazing.
You could probably put some whipped cream or anything you wanted on there. Put some chocolate
You're
sauce.
bringing your air fryer to the event, right? To Napa.
No, I probably could. This was really
Make
easy.
Make that little dessert for us.
You mix.
We
you
need
mix up the
some
stuff
ice
and
cream.
stick it in there.
We people down here in the South like ice cream.
Yeah.
Well, you could put
Oh,
ice
yeah.
cream on. That would be really good.
With
We
it
went
all
to-
hot and melty, yeah, some ice cream
We
thrown on
went
top.
we went to a restaurant in Texas that had peach cobbler and we put ice cream on it. And I wasn't paying attention when I was giving Shane his. And I gave him the mix of chocolate and vanilla, and it probably wasn't the right pick. I should have just gave him vanilla, but yeah, vanilla ice cream would have been wonderful on that. That would be super. So, all right, go to the next one, and then I'll try it in a minute with the wine.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, still got people coming in. Oh my goodness. They're late. They're really late.
Take this.
All right, Kim, you said you had a few more minutes before you can even cook those puppies.
Me?
Yep.
Well, they're in the pan right now. They're in
Okay.
there. I'll show you what they look like if you want. You only do them a couple of minutes on each side. You get them pink on one side, and then you flip them over. You never want to overcook. Can you see them? There you go. Can you see them now?
I can.
You never want to overcook shrimp because then they get rubbery tasting. Okay. So you just do it a couple of minutes. I might put some more butter in there, but I mean, it's like, I like lots of butter because the sauce, the garlic butter sauce is good. Oh, I forgot the wine. Let's put the wine in there. That probably tastes
Oh
good.
yeah,
too.
don't forget the wine.
Yeah.
Good
I
girl.
think it's time. It's almost time. Well, it says you do one time and then you flip it. I'm not supposed to put the wine in until I flip it. So actually I'm doing pretty good. Let's see. I think, yeah, the wine and red pepper go in when I flip it. So I've got my broiler going. I'm gonna stick a couple of these little French bread things in there, just so I've got something to dip into that garlic butter. Oh, that's the best part, man. I used to get this all the time at the macaroni grill.
Right.
It was one of the appetizers that they had. And I mean, I didn't even really need to eat dinner. It's just eat the shrimp scampi and all the juice and stuff. It's just like,
That's one of my
So-
favorite places to go is the macaroni grill.
yep, I love it, man. Used
I
to
would
have,
have
when I
to
worked in
do-
Circuit City, they were right around the corner and I was just like in hog heaven. So, I mean, you can dip this bread just plain. You don't even really have to toast it. And the other thing you can do is make the olive oil and then put some pepper and some Parmesan cheese in it, but you got to use really good olive oil. And the whole olive oil conversation, I'll let Peter have another day because he knows better about that than I do. But when you're having something just straight olive oil, it's got to be good olive oil. You can't use, run of the mill. It just doesn't taste good. But right, Peter?
Right.
So,
You're gonna have to
you
make
got-
Peter co-host again. He got kicked out somehow.
Oh. Where did he go?
He's way down there somewhere.
Way down, alphabetical order here.
Way down upon the Swanee River.
Peter.
All right, see if you can unmute Peter.
I can, thank you. My laptop I've been sitting outside working all day and I didn't have much battery left. So I'm now on my phone here.
All right, let me.
Pivot week here.
Peter.
Anyhow,
We were talking about doing the olive oil mix, where you do bread with olive oil and pepper and Parmesan cheese. And I
Yep.
was telling them you can't just use any old olive oil when you do that. You got to use good olive oil.
well, why would you
There
have
is a
any old olive?
difference.
Yeah, no, don't buy any old olive oil. Buy the good stuff. It makes all the difference, especially when if you're cooking with it. You don't want extra virgin olive oil to cook with because that has more stuff in it because it's pure. Your cheaper olive oils, the non-extra virgin, are actually fine for cooking. Everybody who says you can't cook with it, well, you're doing it right now. It'll cook fine as long as you don't go too hot. And most of the time people don't. It's great to cook with. It adds flavor. It's an amazing oil to cook with. Find anyone in Italy who doesn't cook with it, you're not going to happen. So, I mean, I've had donuts made in olive oil that are great. So you can cook with it, but if you're having it just on a salad, just dipping bread in it, get the good stuff.
And there's some
No.
different ones that, if it doesn't have there's some symbol it's supposed to have on it or something. I'll do some research and tell y'all about that in a couple of weeks when I cook an entree. And tell
Good.
you
I want
more about
to
it.
hear all about olive oil. We'll talk about that. Yeah, because it's one of my favorite things, and I have 5 or 6 of them.
We have a
Yeah.
factory up here in Appalachian that's what they market is infused olive oils.
Mm.
Ugh,
Yeah.
I love those. You know what I want for my birthday now, Sheila? That'd be great.
I got you, girl.
I just love food. I love good food. I don't like yucky food. I like good food. All right, we're getting very close. I just flipped, so I'm adding wine. Whoop, little wine. It's
Yeah,
red
shrimp
pepper
take
flavor.
nothing to cook. Yeah, if you cook them too long, they turn into rubber, just till they turn pink.
Yep, they're pink on one side. The other side isn't pink yet. I
Yeah.
turned them before they got very pink, so I got one that I'm waiting to turn after I get done shaking.
Well, if you overcook them, they get rubbery, right?
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Rubbery.
Yep.
Yep.
And if you're throwing them on the grill, one of the best things you do is toss them with a little sugar first. It'll end up browning them beautifully on the outside, and it won't taste sweet. They'll just go, "Oh, what did you do to these shrimp?"
Oh, explain more the notes that are in the Tempranillo, Peter.
The
You know it better than I do.
Yeah, I haven't had that one in a few weeks. It's one of our newer wines, and it's one of my favorites. That's one of the best food wines. When you hear Spanish wines, you think of tapas. And if you've ever eaten at a tapas bar, the flavor is all over the place. And you need sort of a light-bodied, acidic wine that's not going to overwhelm things, doesn't have a lot of tannins, and it has those hints of fruit, those hints of leather, all those spicy, woody notes. All that which is which is going to work so well with almost any wine. I mean, any food. So, and you'll go in a tapas bar and you'll be having potato croquettes, and you'll be having egg dishes, and you'll be having shrimp, and you'll be having meat skewers, and you'll have duck, and that wine will work with any of it. So that's why here I'm dying to hear how it works with the scampi, because I've never tried it.
I just tasted it a minute ago after it's been just sitting out here. And the first time I remember tasting it, I didn't give it much of a chance to sit out there. It just kind of it got attacked pretty quickly. But it does definitely have a little, like, some spice notes to it. It really does. And see, because I'm putting so much garlic and everything, and the heaviness of the butter, that's why I thought that it would really be good. And I'm moving this over here real quick because I'm just going to stick this in the oven, and we're going to be ready in just a second. But it's, it does have a little more spice to it. And I don't like boring reds. I'm sorry. Red Zinfandel is probably one of my favorite wines because it does have more zing to it, and Syrah. Those are two of my favorites. So this Tempranillo is just a beautiful thing to me. And I'm looking for garlic salt. By the way, y'all, the easiest way to do garlic bread, just put you a little butter on it. And I don't use margarine because it's just plastic. Put your butter on your bread, and then sprinkle you some garlic salt on there and stick it under broil for just a few minutes, and voila, you got garlic bread. Now, if I can find my garlic salt.
Yeah, another way, if you want very light garlic, fresh garlic flavors, you take a whole clove of garlic, you cut it in half, and after it's cooked, you just rub it on there.
Really? Ooh, I'll have to try that sometime. Well, I'm not having any salt, so we're going to try the powder. I'm not taking the time to find it. It'll be good either way.
Tonight is improvised night. That's
right. Wild and woolly. Here we go. And I forgot I didn't put any salt and pepper in there, and I'm going to put it on a ramekin while that cooks. And we'll be ready in just a second, because that won't take very long at all, because they're skinny little things. And a little salt and pepper.
Well, I'm curious to see how Mr. Chris did with he's going to taste his dessert with his wine. So,
Well, go ahead. You can move to him. I'll get this ready and pretty for you.
All right. Thank you.
So I have my little bite I'm fixing to take.
Okay, great.
Oh, that looks so good. That little bite.
for him, that's a little bite.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really brings out the flavor of the wine. I'm not an expert on what it is, but it really brings out the fruit in the wine with the mixing with the strawberry and the sugar and the cinnamon. So I did learn a little trick when I was putting the sugar on there and cinnamon. I went ahead and got my butter and put another little coat on it. Then I rolled it in it. It stuck a whole lot better. So
Oh my goodness, that looks.
I can tell you that. Yeah,
they look pretty good.
Yep,
And
because
my buddies at work will get some of these tomorrow because I'm not gonna be bad and eat them all.
maybe.
Maybe. Who knows?
That more than
And I'm
music
still
is really
young.
good with that, huh?
Oh, it was excellent. It was really, really easy. It only took a few minutes. The thing that took the longest was cutting up the strawberries. So everything else was just mix in the bowl and put it in and put it on the tortilla and roll it up and stick it in the air fryer. So, total meal probably took, or total dessert probably took about 15 total minutes. So
You made that week too late, Chris. I'm just saying.
I know. I should have made that last week.
Yes, you should have.
Yes, I could
Maybe
have
I'll
dealt
make it
with
this
that.
weekend for Easter.
There you go.
That'd be a good
That
Easter.
Easter one,
Easter deal.
yeah.
I'm not in Texas at Easter. No.
Well, I know. We still have some people out here in Texas. Maybe they'll come visit.
Okay.
And
I
of
love
course, you
Texas.
guys are
I
all
had
gonna
so much
put your
fun in Dallas.
recipes
That was fun.
out on the, you'll be posting your recipes out for us, correct?
Yes.
All righty. Perfect.
Okay. Woo-hoo. I'm excited now. Oops, let me get this out. Quick, forgot about it. Ooh, it's
Okay.
it's
Once you
perfect.
get that out of the oven, I'll take a taste of my salad here. So give her a
That
chance.
salad looks so good. You make
This is
the best
one
salads.
I used to get it at,
now.
yeah. You could also throw, like I said, cheese. Goat cheese is great on it. You could probably do blue cheese, some Parmesan. You can put nuts. I love to do candied walnuts. I just didn't have any. And in the 3 minutes I had to put this together, I didn't have time to shop. So
I bet pecans would be good on it too. I love
yeah.
pecans.
Mm.
Ooh, that
Oh.
looks so good.
And it is.
This whole grilling different stuff is like amazing me, like grilling the lettuce and the peaches and stuff like that. I never would have considered doing that kind of stuff.
Now, how
Yeah.
long do you grill the lettuce?
Just a minute or two, just until it gets a nice char on it. I didn't actually time it. I was just peeking at it, and when I saw it was charred enough, I pulled it off.
All right.
You don't want
Do
to
you
cook
flip
the
it?
lettuce.
Do you
No.
flip it? No.
No,
Okay.
you just want the cut side down, and you want that to get nice and charred because it has all those open leaves and lots of places now. And once you take it off, all the dressing sinks into all those little crevices. And wow, that's good. That's a meal salad. And my wine pairing is what I happen to have open that I was already drinking tonight, which is the Ricker Merlot, which
Mhm.
will have a little of that structure to stand up to the bitterness of the salad and the char. And it just shows you what you happen to be drinking goes with what you're eating. So that's really, and with the cranberries and the pear flavor in there and the bitterness, that works great.
Oh, awesome.
So
So do you have your grill set on low when you grill?
no, high, go high as you can get it. You don't want to, you're not trying to get the heat penetrating. You want to get it to blast it right away and char the outside. If you want to, when you cook something, the thicker it is, the more you want the heat to penetrate. That's when you go low. When you want to get the outside cooked and not cook the inside, like a steak, like a salad, that's when you go high.
Hi. Okay, just share it. Okay, gotcha.
A lot of restaurants even char their stuff beforehand. They'll get the grill marks on their stuff on the outside. And then when you order your meal, then they'll finish, they'll cook it off the heat to get it to the temperature that you like.
Right. And that's actually how I tend to cook a steak. I start it on the hot side of the grill till it gets that nice char on the outside. Then I put it over on the cold side and close the lid and let it finish slowly until that way it gets evenly cooked throughout. So you get a mix of both. You get that high heat for the char, the low heat to get the middle.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah, but I wouldn't need the low heat. Just char mine and slap it on a plate. I'm good.
That's
Slow
me.
crawl.
You want it to
As
walk
long
on
as
you.
it's not mooing.
As long as it's still mooing, I'm good.
That's
Not
it.
mooing. I don't want it mooing. No mooing.
What do you doesn't want it? What do you want it doing? There we go. So Kim, how's yours coming along?
All right. I just took my sip of that. I tasted one little piece of bread because I had to in the stuff. So, all right, I'm going to show you another little trick, how you get all the shrimp out of the shrimp too, by the way. it took me, you know, you don't always know that. But when you put it in your mouth, you squeeze at the bottom of the tail and you squeeze the thing up. You don't try to pull it out and all that stuff. So anyway. Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
There's every bit.
Okay, yummy.
Oh my goodness.
I love shrimp.
Oh, I do too.
That's good.
That good.
Now I want to see what this wine does. Because it's definitely spicy with them red pepper flakes.
Mm. And that's
See,
another
another
reason
I
that'll
thought
work.
this might go good.
Hmm.
Oh, wow. Whole nother thing. It takes the spiciness out of the wine because red pepper is spicier than the wine is, obviously. But it's like it brings the tannins out, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And you feel it more like you get more taste throughout your mouth instead of just in a couple certain places on your tongue. Let me see. I have to try a piece of this bread in there and see what I can tell you. I did also add a little bit of Italian cheese on the top, and I put the parsley on there. I forgot to tell you all that. I should let you see the whole thing, shouldn't I?
Yeah, let's see it. The baby
Can you
wants to
see
see
it?
it.
Look, where am I looking at? There it is. That's it.
Oh, my.
Isn't that beautiful? And there's my garlic bread. Normally you would serve it beside it or on top of it, or if you're in a restaurant, they'd have it like on the side or on a plate. But I have my other little thing here to put my tails in. So you got a little thing to put the tails in on the side there.
Make sure you take a picture of that now, Kim.
Oh, you're right. I should. I will. That means
You're
I
gonna need
can't
that.
eat
You're
yet.
gonna need that for training tomorrow.
That means I can't eat yet.
Quick, grab your camera and take a picture real quick.
Well, I
Yeah,
got
Sheila,
my camera.
I'll have to eat one more so I can take a picture of it because I forgot to take my picture.
Let's see if I can get my camera to come on while we're talking. I don't know if I can or not. Yep, I think
Real
I
quick.
can. Come on. All right, let's see. Photo.
Are you drinking Grammy's wine?
There we go. I don't have my wine on there though. That'd be good. That'd be good. It's not the typical picture that I do, but it'll work. Doom. They'll know that I was too hungry.
Oh my gosh, you guys did great.
I think considering the Wacky Wednesday,
Wacky Wednesday, we all did perfect. You guys
Well,
are
that's
amazing.
that's what makes it the most fun. And what I think, back a few months ago, when Peter did his thing where he was doing hot dogs and all these different things that you can drink wine with. And I mean, you can make this can be a meal, this shrimp scampi. It also said you can serve it over vegetables or serve it over zucchini noodles, and stuff. So, I mean, you can do things in pizza or hamburgers. You don't have to have, it doesn't have to be a filet mignon or lobster. I almost bought 2 lobster tails too to cook. I mean, just because I get crazy with y'all and I like to surprise you every now and then.
Well, and a lot of us, you have to keep in mind, have health issues. So I have IBS and I have to do a lot of gluten-free stuff. So with that shrimp scampi, I would have to modify that to have gluten-free bread or
Right,
Exactly.
right.
right?
And there is now, you can find it at Kroger and stuff. You can find the keto gluten-free bread and stuff, which I had some of that, but I wanted it to be the pretty little rounds for y'all. So, I do prettier stuff for y'all than I do for myself. But
Want to go gluten-free, put it over some rice.
Rice.
Yeah.
Exactly. Which I've done are gluten-free noodles.
or
Right.
the cauliflower rice.
Yeah, exactly.
I love
And
the
it would taste
cauliflower
just
rice.
as good.
You just want to soak
Exactly.
up all that great sauce.
I also bought some salami and some cheese to make rolls with and all that, but I figured I held y'all up long enough. I did forget to put the lemon juice in there,
Whoops.
but it's still good. I mean, it's
And
definitely
how does
probably
it-
be better. I think I'm gonna squirt some lemon juice on it. I bet you it'd be better.
Try
Because
it with your
that is
wine,
so
Kim.
Huh?
Did you try it with your wine?
Oh, yes, she
Yes.
did.
Yes.
Did she? Now
Yeah.
squirt some lemon juice on it and then try it with the wine and see if it
think
makes
it
a
did.
difference.
I'm fixing to right now because I bet you the acidity of it will change the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
See, I love it when things happen like that. Because all I ain't gotta cook that lemon juice. All I gotta do is squirt it on there, just like you eat seafood in a restaurant. You just squirt the lemon on your fish. That's all we gotta do.
Yep.
All right, now let's see. I'm gonna get a piece that's got good lemon juice on it. Oh, look at this pretty piece here. Nom, 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 nom. I love food. Can you tell? And I haven't eaten yet today. Ever good. Oh yeah, that's better.
You taste
It's
the
not
lemon?
as heavy. It lightens it up a lot.
Now try the
Hi,
wine.
baby.
Yeah, there's my baby. Oh, my little Bella.
Totally different. Now it's on the roof of my mouth.
Everybody says
Isn't that
that.
weird?
What did
I
what
get
did
the
the wine
flavors
do?
more on the roof of my mouth with a different kind of flavor. You know, I still taste it on my tongue, but I get a whole different flavor on the roof of my mouth.
Awesome.
Woo. Now,
Isn't that amazing? I just
I have a cat
love
named Bella, by the way.
my little Bella. She's my little angel, my business partner, aren't you? Yes. Are you my business partner? Yeah. Yes. Yes. You my business partner? Yes. Can you say yes? I know you can. Now you're yeah. Okay.
Say yes.
Can you say yes?
Yes.
Tell everybody yes. 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 Oh, come on. Now she's on. Tinker butt. No, Tinker butt. Say yes. Yes. Can we say thank
Oh,
you,
yeah.
everybody?
It's better with the lemon.
Is
It's
it?
definitely better with the lemon. It's even better. It does. It just it lightens it and it helps it. The wine is softer, you know, it's not as tannic because the citrus in it brings out the other flavors in the wine to make it softer, brings out the fruit in the wine.
Uh-huh.
Now I gotta try this part. The bread and the butter.
She's going to town.
Y'all saw me eating that toasted ravioli last week, right?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I ate that whole thing. You could tell which one tasted the best. I took the other to my friend for lunch the next day. I took it to her at work. I had to get it out of the house, so I didn't eat it all. Oh, this is so good. Thank you for being willing to take my spot, Peter. I appreciate it.
Well, you almost
Oh,
gave me a heart attack, but I'm glad it worked out.
Woo.
I found
We
out at
always want you here anyway,
5:05.
Peter. You just brighten everything up when you're here. We
No,
like
thank-
you being here.
Well, I appreciate everybody being here. It's almost 7:30, so we made it. We did it. You guys were amazing. Again, if you want to learn more about this amazing wine club that we all are participating in, it'll be the most fun that you have ever had in your life, I promise. We get back with the person that brought you here, and they can give you more information. And I want to thank everybody again for being here. Guys, you were amazing. Thank you so much for your help. Sheila, you're the best.
Sheila,
Oh.
thank you. You're awesome.
And Stacy, you're amazing too. Thank you for your help, and Kim and everybody who helped cook. We'll be here again next week, same time, same back channel.
That's right.
Till next week. I'll stop the recording. I think maybe.